Now, we just need to figure out who the culprit is.
And it's got to be Kurumi, right? She's the only one confirmed, because you need to have been in the gym to tie the rope to the window initially. Without that, the rest of the plan does not work at all. And Kurumi's the only one who's placed in the gym. Granted, it's only for 5 minutes, but that should be more than enough time to tie off that rope. I mean, it's technically plausible we could be dealing with a Kaito or Maki type of joint here, but Kurumi is confirmed to be in the gym for a period of time which would be relevant. Kaito and Maki, like, technically could have been there, but we don't have anything placing them there.
But of course, it would be pointless to unravel this mystery otherwise.
So, who is it?
Looks like it's time for me to start the main event.
Okay.
But my sidekick here is on a roll right now, so I'll let him take this one.
Okay.
Okay.
You're just pushing everything onto Shuichi because you don't know yourself. Well, Shuichi, do you already know who the culprit is?
I mean, it's not 100%, but I'm like 85-90% confident in this. Yes, I have a good idea who the culprit is.
Hey, Shuichi, are you hesitating again?
No, I mean, it is gonna suck because I did spend a bunch of my gambling money on a plate to impress her with, so that money's not coming back, but everyone else is gonna be kind of upset as our standard of living is about to go down the drain, but it's gotta be done. What?
Come on, man, there's no need for that. Like I said, you're my sidekick. I take responsibility for any mistakes my sidekick makes. So use those skills of yours I believe in to shove the truth down their throats.
You believe in my detective skills?
That's right. I'm gonna leave it all to you, Shuichi.
Okay. Yeah, I need to believe in my detective work. This whole setup would have had to been prepared in the gym well beforehand. Knowing that narrows the list of suspects. It's gotta be Kurumi. The only other possibility is Kaito. I don't think it's Maki. Kaito did help with the setup of some of this stuff. But I think Kurumi, her alibi is suspicious in how exact it is. And that's what pushes me over the edge for Kurumi.
It has to be you. There's one more thing I still have to confirm, but Kurumi is the prime suspect.
Me?
What? Kurumi?
Oh, so Kirumi is the culprit.
That is not yet a certainty. Let us hear her testimony first.
Is this true, Kirumi?
I cannot believe you would suspect me.
Alright, keeping it cool.
If that is the case, then I will have to deny it. I will not let you make the wrong choice.
The wrong choice?
If you do believe it is me, are you prepared to stand by that decision?
And if there's strong enough evidence to the contrary, I'm willing to listen, but I'm not quite sure how you can get out of this one.
I will refute your accusations with all my might, for everyone's sake.
Hold on, I just noticed something. Wait. That does kind of look like something Kurumi would wear. Like, specifically her little, like, neck thing? Or head? Yeah. Her little collar? Like, it matches her aesthetic, more so than Kaito's, I would say. Albi's, Ryoma.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
Okay.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body. She and Ryoma could have totally shared an inner tube.
We all could have, except perhaps Gonta.
To force Kurumi to implicate herself, my logic has to be airtight. There's a hole in her story somewhere. I just have to stay calm and fast.
I, of course, am
Okay,
not
so we have
the
Maki
culprit.
alone, Ryoma,
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no
alibis for
alibi, do you?
yesterday, Monokuma.
Alibi for nighttime?
Okay, let's take a look. We haven't used the insect meat eaters yet. The night before, Shuichi and some of the others are forced in the altered entomologist lab by Gonta, who was tricked by Kokichi. Himiko and Angie were brought in 5 minutes to 9 p.m. Kokichi left at 9. Shuichi and the others are forced to participate in the insect meat and greet until after 11. After 11? That's not decisive, though. Because Ryoma, right, according to Maki, Ryoma spoke with her at around midnight. So this does not clear any of us up from being... Like, it's pedantically true that, like, we do have alibis after nighttime. But it's not relevant because it's not deep enough into the nighttime, I don't think. Yeah. What is relevant, though, here's what is actually relevant. Here's what's relevant. We couldn't have tied the rope, right? So, like, us, this group here, couldn't have tied the rope off. That's 7 people out. You two as well. That's 9. Kokichi also has the alibi because he was present here. Like, he could have been in the doing the murder from like 9 to 11, but he couldn't have done the rope. So all 9 of us are confirmed to be not the killer under this logic. So it could be the insect meat and greet. That's very plausible. Witnessing Ryoma. I don't think that really is relevant here. We've already established he was alive till like 12. What else were our things? I know we have the Monokuma
I
file.
believe most of us do not have one.
Alibis for yesterday. I don't think it is alibis for yesterday, because what does that... That is specifically... And could you... Hold on, what does this give us? Or this is everything? Okay, this is everything. So if we look at the alibis here. Okay, yep. We use this because it shows specifically that Kirumi has this 5-minute gap, during which she tied off the rope. It's alibis for yesterday.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body. She and Ryoma could have totally shared an inner tube.
We all could have, except perhaps Gonta.
To force Kurumi to implicate herself in logic has to be airtight. Yep.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi.
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
Really? True, I have no alibi for nighttime, but the others do not have alibis either. That reasoning is too shallow to justify being suspicious of me.
I was wrong!
Okay. Maybe I was thinking about the wrong detail here. Wait, when does these... And this does include the 9 to 11 alibi, so it's not alibi based.
of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for
Well, okay.
nighttime? I believe most of us do not.
Could Maki alone be an alibi for nighttime? My logic be no, that doesn't work because you don't need to pass her to get to Ryoma. You could just go, yeah, Ryoma's okay. That doesn't work. Anyone could have done that. No, okay, maybe we use the alibis again,
Have one.
but it's
I have
actually
evidence that proves you're the culprit.
it's actually here. It's actually going to be
Fall for such nonsense.
the mechanics,
The trick
right?
relies
Because not
on
anyone could have
complex
done that because she was the one who had the opportunity to tie the rope.
Someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Agreed.
Preposterous. That could have been done.
There we go. Okay.
That's wrong!
Right evidence, wrong statement. But we got it.
No. The only person who could have prepared this murder is Kirumi. Well, the preparations in the gym in any case.
And why do you believe that?
Before the culprit could put the body into the tank, several steps needed to be taken.
Like tying the rope to the gym window and putting a partition in the piranha tank.
That's right. Ryoma's body entered the gym from the window, but that required preparation. That could only have been done when Kirumi was by herself in the gym before nighttime.
But Kirumi was alone in the gym for only like 5 minutes.
That's definitely enough time for the rope. The piranhas is a bit tougher, but maybe.
Not enough time for the whole murder, but enough time to set it up. Enough time to tie the rope on the window frame and put the pain in the piranha tank.
This is my selfless devotion. While I do understand where you are coming from, I assure you this is just a part of your petty imagination. An empty theory created from nihilism.
What does nihilism have to do with this? Okay. Let's see what you got here. Probably
If
the
it were
fabric?
solely the rope and partition, I suppose 5 minutes might be enough time. I accept that. However, the crux of your argument is not but a guess. You continue to force the facts to conform to your misguided narrative when you consider that the crux of your argument is faulty. Your entire case falls apart.
I don't agree.
What do you mean by crux of the argument? How is it just a guess?
I am referring to the rope.
Okay.
Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window. But there is no evidence to indicate this had happened. In other words, it is just a guess. And then you add assumptions and hearsay to that guess. It is nothing more than deception.
It's gotta be the piece of fabric. This is the conclusion we reach together. It's not just a guess. I have evidence on my side, and I'll show her.
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
Okay, that wasn't the right piece. How does that prove I used the rope? I failed to see your point.
Damn it!
Okay.
I am referring to the rope.
Scratch sink. Eh.
Now, with that rope,
Tennis net cable.
it is possible to reach the
Allies.
gym window from the 3rd floor window.
The window frame. There
but
we
there
go.
is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
There we go.
I'll cut through your words! I have evidence. The abrasions left on the window frames at the gym and the lab.
Were those scratches from when the rope was tied to the window frame?
Just tying the rope to the frame wouldn't cause so much damage. The rope that was tied to the frames must have been weighed down significantly.
Right.
The frames didn't break, but they were left with distinct marks.
Those scratches are proof that you used a rope to carry the body to the windowsill.
Kirumi.
Oh? What's wrong, Kirumi? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? Hey.
Okay, no
hey,
need to kick her
hey,
while she's
hey,
down. Jeez. I mean, I know she's a murderer, but like, let's be civil about this.
Is Kirumi quiet cause because that's what happened?
Now what could her motive be?
Answer us, Kirumi. Shuichi is doing this for your sake.
If it is for my sake, then it would be much easier to forfeit. But I cannot allow that, because I must do this for everyone!
For everyone? We die if you get off with this murder. For everyone?
I have a duty and a responsibility. I must serve everyone and protect them.
Hold on. Maybe she doesn't mean everyone here. Maybe she means like society as a whole. Maybe. Maybe it's like an Nagito type thing where she's gotten into her head that killing all of us would be beneficial for society somehow?
So I refuse to surrender. They won't forgive me if I do.
What? Where is this coming from? The response seems genuine. So what did she mean by everyone? Is she doing this for all our sakes? Am I wrong? Is Kirumi innocent? No. I'm wrong again.
Hey, Kirumi. Who exactly is this everyone you're talking about?
Kaito?
I've just got a weird feeling about this. When you said everyone, it felt like you weren't talking about us. It felt like you were talking about someone who isn't here.
Someone who isn't here?
Someone outside of the academy?
Hey, do you think Kirumi saw her own motive video?
Possibly.
Huh? The motive video?
You saw your important someone in danger, so you committed murder, right?
Is that true?
I am so sorry for making such a mess. Because of that, I made all of you assume something unnecessary.
How are you trying to spin this?
Unnecessary?
You saying I'm wrong? This everyone you're talking about?
It is all of you, of course.
Really? Do you swear to Atua?
Yes, really. So please believe me. I am not the culprit.
Okay, some evidence would be nice, but I don't believe you.
I do not care what becomes of me, but I will not allow any of you to die. Because I made a promise to Kaede. She wished for all of us to escape together. I want to fulfill my duties as the ultimate maid. I wish to serve everyone.
You can't serve everyone. No man can have two masters, let alone like 13, and remain coherent.
So please believe me. You have to.
Kirumi!
Are we totally sure Kirumi's the culprit? Maybe it's someone else.
Who?
Are we sure Kokichi isn't the culprit?
When would he have the opportunity? He actually has one of the stronger alibis among us.
How rude.
And like, trust me, no tears shed for me if he were, but unfortunately he's not.
Gonta just can't believe Kirumi would kill Ryoma.
Kirumi's breakfasts were the best. She always treated us so well. She really is like a mom.
Perhaps it was after she gained our trust that she saw her chance to strike.
You really are screwed up. Screwed up from head to toe. Even through your clothes, I can tell.
Shuichi, please reconsider suspecting me as the culprit.
You can't just say that. I need evidence. Based decision-making requires evidence.
You only suspect me because I was at the gym during nighttime yesterday, correct?
Well, I mean, it's a pretty important factor.
But you cannot accuse me of being the culprit with that insufficient proof.
There's kind of a lot of proof.
It is still possible for Maki and Kaito to have gone to the gym. They do not have alibis.
She is technically right about that. That is why I pegged my certainty at like 85 and 90%. I do think the interaction with Kokichi makes you definitively much more suspicious. But it is plausible. I have to admit that.
They could have pretended to help Himiko, but secretly prepared the murder.
When you put it that way, it does seem possible.
We can't accuse Kirumi just based on our alibis.
Guys, maybe suspecting Kirumi is wrong.
Yeah, maybe we should think it over one more time.
Maybe the fabric in the pool gets us all the way?
I made a promise. As the ultimate detective, I made a promise to seek the truth. I made a promise to Kaede, so I'm not turning back now.
They're scared. They're scared that they have to accuse one of their friends of murder. So it's up to me. I have to do it. I'll use my detective work to prove it.
So you still believe I am the culprit?
You're by far the most likely suspect.
But there is no evidence to indicate that I am...
No, there is. I have proof that you're the culprit. I realized it when we determined that the ropeway was used to move the body. If it was indeed Kirumi who moved the body with a makeshift ropeway, then the final clue falls into place.
Okay.
The final clue?
The damning evidence that proves Kirumi is the culprit.
It's gotta be the fabric, right?
Shuichi, won't you please tell me why you are so desperate to pin me as the culprit?
Because you are!
Don't you want to protect everyone?
Yeah, that's why I've got to do this.
I'm doing this because I want to protect everyone. Shuichi.
Then you're wrong. Your deduction is all wrong.
Your words aren't going to convince me now. Not when I know the truth.
What truth? All you care about is your own reasoning. You don't even listen to others. I can't bet everyone's lives on a deduction made by a self-righteous brat.
Do you have a better alternative?
You can't save anyone!
No more doubts. I'm confident I'm right. I'm going to present everyone the evidence that proves she's guilty. It's got to be the black piece of fabric, right? It matches her outfit. We haven't used it yet.
This is it! The piece of black fabric in the pool. That's the final clue that proves you're guilty. It's been bothering me for a while. I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought it was just trash at first, but I couldn't dismiss it entirely. Now that the class trial has come this far, I know for certain. It's an important piece of the puzzle. Because, like the inner tube, it's evidence the culprit couldn't dispose of.
Indeed.
Huh? Why not?
Because it couldn't reach us.
Using the ropeway, you could slide the inner tube from the lab to the gym. But how would you control it? If it kept sliding and hit the window, the momentum would have thrown the body off. To prevent that from happening, the culprit needed some way to adjust the speed. For example, the culprit could have used their hands for friction.
That would... Oh, no. That would be so painful.
Yeah, so what? You're still wrong. Your logic is flawed.
Kirumi, why are you becoming increasingly erratic?
There is such absolute beauty in trying to fight against the truth.
What truth? That black cloth is just trash. You can't prove I'm the culprit with just that.
No, it's not just trash. It's proof that you're the culprit.
Finding out how that black fabric fits into this is the key to everything. I'll make it all clear now.
You are incorrect.
Oh, wait, I forget how
What is
this
this
works
truth?
at all.
That is just your empty deduction. Ugh. You continue to confuse everyone.
Okay, right, it's a rhythm game.
You are incorrect. What is this truth? That is just your empty deduction. You continue to confuse everyone. You are incorrect.
Rhythm games are not my thing.
Truth. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth,
Oh, what?
everyone might die. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Because of your self-righteous truth, everyone might die. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake. Ah! I completely understand your reasoning, but I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. We only wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere? I completely understand your reasoning, but I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence.
What is floating around my
You're
screen?
only providing us with speculation. We only wish to protect everyone. Why must you interfere? I completely understand your reasoning, but I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. Ah!
Final blow? Okay.
What does that piece of trash prove?
Oh, Karumi's... Karumi's
I
gloves.
completely understand your reasoning, but I will never accept it. Ah! What does that piece of trash prove?
Karumi's gloves.
It ends here! The piece of fabric came from Kirumi's black glove.
Kirumi's glove?
If the culprit were slowing their descent by grabbing the rope with their hands, there would have been a lot of friction, easily enough to cause rope burn.
Right.
But our culprit was smart. They weren't burned because they weren't barehanded.
Yeah, the culprit had gloves on. One got all torn up from the friction
And it fell into pool?
From what I remember, the only one who wears black gloves is Kirumi, right?
The gloves on your hands now. I take it they're from your dorm?
The extra uniforms in our rooms are made of the same material we're wearing now. We can test my theory by comparing the fabric scrap with your glove.
Do we have the fabric scrap with us?
Well, Kirumi, will you allow us to compare the black fabric we found in the pool with your gloves?
Huh? What's the matter? Why are you sweating so much?
Kirumi, what's wrong?
Well, she's about to die. That's what's wrong. In the end, I'm just like them. I'm scared of revealing the truth. Because it means that someone has to be sacrificed. But Kaede was scared too. She didn't let that stop her. She thought things through to the end. I faced the truth and doubted it. And kept thinking and kept going. This is where it led me. And I won't turn away from it.
I will show you the truth.
Alright, here we go. How does this one work again? Okay, right. Okay, so we have... Let's see. Rubber inner tube. We got... Piranha swimming in the tank. Never carried the rope. And what was... Okay. So you carried the rope from the gym. Congrats. You handcuffed the victim. This is at a later point. You knock him out. Cuff the boy. You tie the gym's window frame to the rope. Well, eventually you kind of slide across. And there's a lot of friction on the old glove. Piranha tank lid, that's got to be earlier when you're setting that up. Perhaps here. The inner tube. I'm not quite sure exactly when we're putting that, so we'll go here. Metal handcuffs in the water. So that's going to be way at the end. You fall in and... Oh no. That was wrong. We have? Oh, we start with the end. Okay, that's why. Piranha swarming the tank. And that's going to be... Body was here with the piranhas. You got the rubber inner tube from the pool, obviously. Oh, wait. It was used to transport the body, the inner tube. Okay, never mind. As it turns out, you actually... you got the inner tube from the pool. And then you hang the inner tube.
This is the truth of the case! The victim's body was found this morning during Himiko's underwater escape act. When we saw the piranhas in the tank, we thought that Himiko's escape failed. Of course, it was all part of the act. Himiko's escape went perfectly. But when Angie opened the curtain in front of the tank, we saw Ryoma with piranhas swarming around him. Before any of us could react, the piranhas devoured Ryoma's body. And all that was left were his bones and the handcuffs he was wearing. That horrifying sight was the finishing touch on the culprit's own twisted magic trick. The culprit obfuscated the time and place of the murder, implicating Himiko in the process. In truth, the crime began last night, around 8 while preparing for the show in the gym. The culprit had a chance to be alone.
Why? Why do all this?
It was then
Was it
that
really
the
just to
culprit
escape?
used the ladder to reach the piranha tank and removed the glass lid to put inside the tank. They used it as a partition to force the piranhas to one side of the tank. Next, the culprit took the rope from the stage wing in the gym. And used the ladder once more, this time to climb up to the gym's window.
Does this sound like
Once there, they opened the window and tied one end of the rope to the window frame. The rope was then thrown out the window toward the pool. These preparations were key for the culprit's elaborate plan. At nighttime, past midnight, the culprit asked Ryoma to meet at his lab.
Yeah, so I don't meet people at night in these situations.
All the pieces were in place. The culprit was ready to murder.
I will say, she knocked him out anyway. The
First,
cuffs seem
the culprit
like
knocked
kind of an
Ryoma
unnecessary
out,
detail.
probably striking him from behind. Then, they put the handcuffs from the shower room on Ryoma's wrists.
I guess in case he woke up while they were drowning him.
And shoved his head into the sink filled with water.
Which yes, he did, based on this artwork here.
From the water and the pain of drowning, Ryoma should have woken up and struggled.
Okay, hence the cuffs. Okay, makes sense.
The culprit anticipated his resistance, which is why Ryoma was handcuffed. The struggle left scrapes on the cuffs and sink, but in the end, Ryoma succumbed. Ryoma was dead, but the culprit's plan had only just begun.
Yeah, pretty elaborate.
They removed the cable from the tennis net and hung it from the window facing the pool. And then, at the pool, they connected the wire and the rope from the gym window. They returned to the lab after picking up one last thing. The rubber inner tube that was in the pool's tool shed. Once back in the lab, the culprit pulled the cable, bringing up the rope. They pulled until the rope was taut, then tied it to the lab's window frame. And thus, the gym and the lab windows were connected by a single rope.
Okay, I see.
After making a
Makes
hanger of
sense.
sorts with another length of rope tied to the inner tube, they hung the inner tube on the rope connecting the windows. That's how the culprit created the ropeway that was used to move the body. An impressive premeditated murder, but the culprit made two crucial mistakes. The culprit got on the inner tube with Ryoma's body and slid toward the gym. With the height difference between the windows, they would have built up quite some speed. To avoid crashing through the window, the culprit used a brake. They used their own hand to grip the rope and slow down.
Right.
That would have caused significant rope burn had the culprit not been wearing gloves. But due to the friction, part of a glove tore off and dropped in the pool. Regardless, the culprit reached the window and put Ryoma's body into the piranha tank. The glass pane not only kept the piranhas and the body separated, it also kept the piranhas so close together, they concealed the body.
That must have been a rough night for those piranhas. You know, crammed together like that.
After that, all the culprit had to do was untie the rope and the inner tube. But that's when they made their second mistake.
Ooh.
One end of the rope came loose, and the inner tube dropped into the pool. Thus, the culprit was forced to leave two key pieces of evidence: the fabric and the inner tube.
Yikes.
They couldn't retrieve the evidence because of the rule against swimming at nighttime.
I would have swung, probably should have swung by the pool in the morning, I guess, but that could have been suspicious in its own way.
And that's the whole story. Am I wrong, Kirumi Tojo? The ultimate maid? Kirumi, that's the conclusion I reached. Do you have any objections?
Well,
This is very, very unfortunate, Shuichi.
yeah. I mean, you could have just not murdered someone and we wouldn't be here, but here we are.
My pride as a maid demands that I fulfill every request that I receive.
What, did someone just tell you, like, hey, go murder someone?
But to end like this...
Does that mean you admit it?
Kirumi.
Why use your own gloves, though? The warehouse should have had plenty.
There weren't any. Obviously, she would have used them if they were available. Jeez, Monokuma provided everything but the gloves. That's pretty sadistic.
What do you mean by that?
But thanks to him, at least the game became way more interesting.
So, it's decided.
This case was decided the moment someone, who shall not be named, opened their big mouth.
But we don't know that. Maybe the real culprit is someone nobody expects.
And we're on that track anyway.
That is right. No need to worry.
Oh, Monodam, you're like a mommy taking care of her sick child.
All right, let's go! The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless finally face off! It's voting time!
Okay. Why do you have to do the default selection, Kaede? Give me a look at you every trial. But why though? Why though? I still don't get why. What drove you to this, Kirumi? You seemed like a decent person.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
Anyone not vote for her? Wait, you voted for me? How dare you, Kirumi?
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
It's victory. Doesn't feel very sweet, but We got her. Alright, here we go. I still don't understand what drove her to this.
Oh my!
Oh my, you all voted correctly. What an unexpected and unpredictable outcome. The Blackened who killed Ryoma Hoshi is Kurumi Tojo, the ultimate maid. Yay, bravo, bravo.
Thank goodness.
Phew, thank goodness we managed to get through the class trial again.
You gotta be kidding me!
There's nothing good about this at all. Why did it have to be Kurumi?
Yeah.
Truly, this result was unexpected.
Wait!
How can you be so calm about it?
No way.
But Gonzo can believe it. Kurumi was so helpful for everyone. Same Kurumi is also culprit?
Yoo-hoo!
Hey, how long have you been lying to us?
The truth
Is that why you took such good care of us, so you could deceive everyone?
Huh?
You mean she's not my mom?
Hey!
She's never your fucking mom!
Damn it.
Hey Kurumi, tell me, why? You were always thinking about everyone around you. How could you kill someone? Human beings have always been selfish, self-centered creatures. That's why I hate humans. They burn down the forest we call home, they pollute the rivers we drink from. I'll never forgive humans.
No way!
But is that really a reason to destroy them? Some humans are really nice.
Shut up!
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Enough with the commentary already!
Say,
Well, Kurumi, were your feelings toward us simply another falsehood?
How?
No, it can't be. Say it ain't so. That was just another lie, too.
No.
I don't think so. I still believe Kurumi cares about us.
What?
And how would you know? I can't say for certain, but I can sense that this trial has been agonizing for her. You can't say for certain, That is what a detective would say. Kurumi, are you upset? Because of the people important to you? You mean like from the motive video? So Kurumi watched hers after all? Earlier, Kurumi mentioned that she had accepted a request. Perhaps that request came from someone important in her motive video.
What's wrong?
You have nothing to say for yourself?
I do not agree.
No, that's not it. I'm just lost. Because if I tell you why I did it, you'll regret what you've just done. Tell us the truth, whatever it may be. Regrets? Because, I mean, it's kind of difficult to imagine we would regret killing you. Well, not killing you, really, but saving our lives here. Like, death is pretty bad.
Damn.
Spit it out already, otherwise we can't accept this outcome.
Please!
Please, Kurumi, tell us. I care about you a lot, and I know the others care about you too. So please.
Understood.
Very well. Then if you are all so desperate to know,
I shall take that request.
I will consider this a final request and tell you everything.
Well, you know.
No more lies, then. You better just tell us the truth, please, and thank you.
Yes,
Yes, I understand.
that is correct.
Your reasoning was exactly right. The reason I murdered Ryoma was because of what I saw in my motive video. As I thought, you did indeed watch your video. Does that mean someone broke the agreement and traded you with your motive video? Alright, fess up! Which one you did? Close your eyes and raise your hand if it was you.
What are you saying?
Why would the one raising their hand need to close their eyes?
May I?
That won't be necessary. I did not trade my motive video with anyone. Well, if you didn't trade with anyone, how did you see your motive video?
Hey!
Perhaps Kurumi received her own motive video. Huh? You mean she had her own motive video from the start?
Yes.
Correct. No one had my motive video, but me, the video's intended recipient. I have no idea why.
The fuck's going on?
But that's not possible, Monokuma. What the hell's going on?
Huh?
Hey, you know, I had to bring this up early because it's been bugging me for a while. All this talk about videos being switched, what does that mean exactly? Yeah, don't play dumb. You're the ones who switched up all the motive videos.
No, no.
No, I didn't. Huh? Oh, was I not supposed to ask that? Did you come screw up again,
Huh?
Not supposed to.
Dumbass!
It's all Monophone's fault. She passed them out without checking the names. What? I didn't know. Monotero should have checked the names too. Wait a minute. I don't even remember passing out any videos. It was my fault.
Yeah?
What?
I'm sorry.
I apologize. I should have been more careful. Monodown once again. Weaponized incompetence. Who are you? You soulless little, with your soulless little whites for eyes.
No.
No, Monodam, it's not your fault.
Okay.
It's all our fault. I'm sorry too.
Yeah?
It seems I misunderstood. I completely forgot that the plan all along was to redistribute the videos. Get some nice little social dynamics going.
Hey.
It's not your fault at all, kids. It's my fault for forgetting.
Father!
Hey.
Thank goodness.
What?
What the hell is this mushy feel-good crap?
You stupid.
You're all idiots. I'm through getting along with you dummy bears.
Well now.
I'm sorry to cause so much trouble. Please continue your boring conversation.
I see.
I see. The Monocubs merely distributed the motive videos at random. Receiving my own video was nothing more than bad luck.
Oh, I see.
So you just watched what that known wide was given to you?
Hey!
What was in your video?
What's wrong?
Well, you promised to tell us everything.
Yes.
I will tell you the truth in its entirety, but I doubt that everyone will believe it.
So.
If that's the case, why don't we all watch the motive video together?
That's right.
Yes, that would be much better. Let's hurry before Daddy gets bored again. How thorough of you. Yes, yet I suppose it is better this way. Perhaps the truth will be easier to believe if you witness it with your own eyes. After Kurumi had spoken, the Monocubs began playing the video. Kurumi Tojo's motive video.
By popular demand, it's time for the motive video! Who's the most important person in your life? And now, without further ado, Kirumi Tojo, the ultimate maid. With clients in politics and finance, this elite maid is renowned for completing any request.
Okay.
One fateful day, she was suddenly summoned by one of her most influential clients, the Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister, eh? Okay.
The Prime Minister had a request of utmost importance. He requested that she use her talent as the ultimate maid to serve her country.
How so?
He asked Kirumi to
make this country great again,
and transferred all his authority to her.
Wait, what? Prime Minister abdicated? Wait, Kurumi's the Prime Minister now? Or at least holds the powers of the office?
No one suspected that the Prime Minister's new secretary was secretly running the country.
Okay. What?
And over time, she became the de facto Prime Minister.
So are we all guilty of treason now?
Only Kirumi could save the country from impending doom. Yes, the future of the country rests entirely on her capable shoulders. But Kirumi is up to the task, for she only accepts requests that only she can fulfill. She is driven by the belief that her citizens are the most important people in her life. Oh, and while we're on the subject of those important people, An unfortunate event will soon befall those vermin and sheeple. What event, you ask? It's a secret. Find out for yourself.
So, when you said we would regret our decision, you're implying that we doomed the entire nation of Japan to befall a terrible calamity. Okay, yeah, that's not great.
Huh?
It can't be.
What?
What the hell? The Prime Minister?
Yes.
Everything you just saw is true, though I only remembered it upon watching that video. Remembered?
Wait!
Please hold on. That video is true?
What is this?
That's ridiculous. There's no way Kurumi's really the Prime Minister.
I do not agree.
No, it is the truth. I am Kurumi Tojo, the Ultimate Maid, and the most important people to me
This is my
are the
selfless
citizens
devotion.
of this country.
I was called upon to lift the country out of a dire situation. I swore to serve and help all its citizens. As the Ultimate Maid, I have advised politicians many times in the past. But he wanted me to prioritize saving the country from an unprecedented crisis.
Now, could this be the same crisis that, like, every Danganronpa game is about? Perhaps the, what the most awful, tragic, horrible event in human history?
I fully accepted this request. As a maid, it is a great honor to serve the nation itself.
And I suppose once you found that out, you were duty-bound to get out of here so you could get back to your duties.
What did I do?
You're literally confusing the shit out of me, because this makes no sense, and I gotta take a dump.
I see.
I see. So Kurumi was the real Prime Minister running the country behind the scenes. Huh? How can you seriously believe that a high schooler could be Prime Minister?
You really don't get
I don't think it's odd that an ultimate level talent could be that powerful. I mean, Keyboy's talent lets him pretend to be human even though he's a heartless robot.
How rude!
How rude! I am not pretending. I am still learning.
I see.
I see. Well, good luck, I guess.
Incredible.
I was aware of Kurumi's impressive talents as Prime Minister.
But
Then Kurumi really is Prime Minister? She hold burden of country's future?
Actually,
The motive video aside, Kurumi doesn't seem like she'd lie about something like that.
yoo-hoo!
Hey, I get that Kurumi is really important, but what was that unprecedented crisis?
I do not know.
I don't know, actually. Why can't I remember? With our memories lost.
That's...
Wait, isn't this just like the Ultimate Hunt?
That is correct.
Perhaps it is connected to the Ultimate Hunt.
Huh?
Biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Yeah, that's the one! The Ultimate Hunt is connected to this unprecedented crisis facing the nation. That's true! How are they connected? What is this Ultimate Hunt anyway?
I do not know.
I do not know what is happening to the nation while I'm here inside this end wall. That is why I needed to know. I needed to know that the most important people in my life were safe.
This is my selfless devotion.
Because I am duty and honor bound to protect every citizen in this nation.
My apologies.
That is why I needed to escape.
If so...
So you weighed our lives against the lives of everyone else in the nation.
But
If those are the options, of course you'd pick everyone outside, right? There's just too many lives at stake out there. We just stopped Kurumi from doing that because we were selfishly wanted to live.
I don't like that.
What should we do? Did we just make a terrible mistake? Everyone outside dies because Kurumi is dead.
Why?
Does that mean we pretty much destroyed the country? What do we do?
Wait!
Say, what's Monokuma's planning to do with the rest of humanity? You know how many people live in this country? Like 100 million, easily. Around that, yeah.
Always messing around.
And how powerful the mastermind is, there's no way they could really...
Bears do not fly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I used to think that, like, it's a high school girl, can't have been that bad what she did. Yeah.
Bears do not lie. Hey,
I am the ruler of this world. Nothing is beyond my power. Why is this world in the, like, pay attention to this world, or to this word? Fonts.
Huh?
Nothing is beyond your power. What kind of arrogant, ridiculous...
100%.
That is 100% a lie. It is impossible that he could bring disaster to a country.
What are you trying to pull?
What's so funny?
cuz.
You guys act like you can't believe it, but you're all terrified anyway. If you can't believe it, then you're terrified for no reason. Why do humans lie? Why are humans the only animal that tells lies? I guess it's kind of true in a sense. Like, lying is kind of a spoken word sort of deal, but there's a lot of animals that deceive. Just sort of lie adjacent, at least.
Shut up!
Hey, cut it out! This is serious! How long are you gonna keep talking about Kirumi? Let's talk about Ryoma. It would be a shame to completely neglect him.
Oh, I see.
That's right, we know your motive to kill, but why did you kill Ryoma specifically? I guess it probably didn't matter, more or less.
That is...
Because he was easy to kill.
Huh?
Easy to kill.
Weird.
Ryoma not weak. When he used his Shukuchi method, even Gontano could catch.
I do not agree.
His physical strength was irrelevant when he did not have a reason to live.
Do you agree?
Without that, he became the weakest among us.
Huh?
What? I took advantage of his weakness and killed him. What do you mean?
That is...
I told him I had urgent matters to discuss and to meet in the research lab on the 3rd floor. There I revealed my motive video, and afterward I told him,
That is correct.
I am responsible for the life of every citizen of this nation, so I must escape this place. Oh, did he let you kill him? He then responded,
Got it.
So you've got a reason to survive. That's the complete opposite of me. That's good.
Your...
If you got something to live for, it means your life has value. After he said that, he told me he would clean up the tennis balls lying around.
And then he turned his back toward me.
I see. So he didn't, like, necessarily agree to it, but there's the implication.
At that moment, my determination solidified. A person like him would have noticed my bloodthirst emanating. He already knew. He forfeited his life right then and there. That is correct.
That is when I decided I must sacrifice his life for my nation and my people.
Then
Ryoma knew he was going to be killed.
But...
Wait a minute, it's Maki's fault that Ryoma decided he didn't want to live anymore.
What?
Because...
He only gave up on life after you showed him his motive video. Well, since you didn't watch his motive video, I guess you had no way of knowing.
What are you talking about?
What's your point?
wait.
Wait a minute, you're talking as if Ryoma saw that motive video. Didn't you just say he only checked the name and didn't watch the video? Huh? Did I say that?
Huh?
What are you getting at?
Well, you know.
I probably shouldn't say anything, but someone has to step up and speak for poor Ryoma.
I told you.
Again, what's your point? That he gave up on life because I showed him his motive video? I'll get to that in a sec, but why do you think Ryoma wanted to see his motive video? Because he's looking for a reason to live, isn't that right, Maki?
Why?
How do you know that?
What?
Swap motive videos. Didn't we agree not to show them to each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Because once you watch him, you've got a motive to kill.
But...
What if it shows someone important to me? I'd really like to see that.
Hey.
Any idea who will be in the video?
No.
I don't. That's why I want to see it. Once I know I've got someone important to me, I'll have a reason to live.
Jeez.
If I've got a reason to live, then I've got a reason to escape here with you guys.
In other words...
In other words, that video might just give me a motive to live.
Please.
So please.
That's true.
You're right, he was looking for a reason to live.
Well, you know.
Which means you shouldn't have shown him his motive video in the first place.
Hey!
What do you mean? What did his video show? Oh, did it show nothing?
Ah.
Nothing. His motive was empty.
Huh?
Empty?
Okie dokie.
Oh, we're up next. Let's give it a watch, shall we? Are we just gonna watch all these? It's gonna take a while.
All right! Back by popular demand, it's time for the motive video! Who's the most important person in your life? And now, without further ado... This message is for Ryoma Hoshi, the ultimate tennis pro! Unfortunately, there is no one in the world who is important to you.
Jeez.
I'm so sorry. Really, I am. You have my deepest sympathies. Sorry. Sorry.
Ouch. No one? No one was important to him?
Always messing around.
So that's what he was shown? If he saw something like that, he had none to care for, none who cared for him. He found no motive to live. Because of that, he chose to let Kurumi take his life.
I see.
So that's why. He must have just watched that video before I summoned him to meet with me.
It can't be.
He just gave up then.
Damn.
To hell with that damn moron!
But...
It is bad to have no reason to live, but it's also bad to have too many reasons to live.
Because...
That's why you did such a terrible thing, right, Kurumi? For too many reasons.
Yes.
You are free to judge me for killing Ryoma. I would bear the burden of being seen as evil for the sake of my nation and its people.
For everyone.
Because that is what it means to serve with selfless devotion. That's why I needed to survive. Sacrificing you all meant saving the lives of men, women, children, and elderly.
My apologies.
I wanted to live. Kurumi. Monokuma, Gonta have question.
You need something?
Oh, what is it?
Hey!
Can Gonta be blackened instead of Kurumi? I mean, it's admirable, but I don't think that's how the game works, unfortunately.
Huh?
What?
Gonta.
Gonta not smart boy, but even Gonta understand what everyone's saying. Kurumi should live, not Gonta. World needs her. I was thinking the same thing. I don't want to die, but Kurumi's life is way more valuable than mine. Kurumi's got the lives of hundreds of millions of people on her shoulders, right?
Unfortunately.
Logically, Kurumi's survival would result in fewer casualties than our collective survival would. Jeez, maybe it would have been better if we'd gotten the culprit wrong.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Oh, man.
Kurumi survives and the nation's future will be secure. Then, what's the point of me doing all this? I never reveal the truth. What have I done? Was I wrong? I shouldn't have.
Shuichi!
What kind of face is that, Shuichi? If you're my sidekick, then suck it up!
Huh?
What?
Hey!
That goes for all of you. To hell with all this value of life shit.
All right.
Life's not just some thing. You can't trade it or put a price on it. Kaito.
Listen up.
And your life doesn't just belong to you. It's for your parents, your grandparents, your friends, even your neighbors.
I mean...
It's not something you can just decide to throw away on your own.
Don't worry about it.
So he didn't do the wrong thing. Life's purpose is to be lived. As long as you stay alive, anything's possible. You can even go to the stars.
Of course.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I want to live. I haven't even traveled to space yet. There's no way in hell I'm gonna die here.
Jeez.
That idiot's talking again.
But
he's right. I mean, you're right too. He is an idiot, but he's right. Taika, quit just flapping in the wind. Have some convictions.
so divine.
Yep, he is an Atua damned idiot. I don't know why, but idiots always fill me with inspiration.
Shut up!
Hey, shut up! I told you to stop calling me an idiot!
But...
Maybe his stupid speech is just what we needed to hear. Kurumi certainly looks shaken by it.
Huh?
Huh? Shaken?
Because?
You really think someone as this desperate to live as Karumi would give up so easily? Of course not. In fact, she probably still hasn't given up even now. She was hoping that learning the truth would make one of us volunteer to die in her place.
Huh?
What?
But
Monica would never allow a Blackie to escape punishment, so maybe she wanted everyone to rebel so she could use that as cover to escape on her own. How about it, Karumi? Am I close? You are the most detestable cretin I've ever met. You knew exactly what I would attempt, yet allowed me to explain it anyway.
Huh?
Wait! What he just said was true?
You mean?
You tried to trick Gonta? Tried to trick everyone?
Really?
Seriously, you backstabbing cunt?
Cut it out.
Enough. She was just trying to stay alive in her own way. Nobody can blame her for that.
That is correct.
That's right. I must survive. Because I carry the weight of an entire nation on my shoulders. I would not have killed Ryoma if I was so easily deterred. This request will not be fulfilled until I have brought joy to every citizen of this nation.
You must live.
So no matter what, I cannot die. That is why I killed Ryoma. Even now I refuse to give up.
Huh?
Karumi.
I see.
You still refuse to give up? So what do you intend to do?
You must live.
I intend to live. But by what means? I must survive, no matter what it takes. If I must debase myself, so be it. I would drink filth and eat carrion to survive.
I will survive!
I would do anything to survive! She screamed and she started running. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was a completely undignified exit.
I have to escape. I won't die here.
There's no way I'm letting you out of here. It was ugly and raw and feral. She just ran as fast as she could. I heard my voice call out. Run!
Damn it!
Run, Karumi!
Please run!
Hurry!
Run, please, hurry!
Damn.
Hurry, run!
Hey,
Like I said, I'm not letting you leave. Please run!
I will live. I refuse to die in a hellhole like this.
now then, I've prepared a special punishment for Kirumi Tojo, the ultimate maid.
For my nation. For my people.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I will not die!
Oh. What's this? Strand of Agony. Oh. I guess at least you got gloves? Oh. Oh. I think the cruelest punishments are the ones where there's like some oh. Where they're actually actively doing something, trying to like Mm.
Really?
Why Monosuke? Why did you kill Monosuke?
It's okay.
If you need to vomit, let it out. You will feel much better afterward. Monosuke was no different from Monokid. He was getting in the way of us getting along.
It's fine.
We don't need him.
Yeah?
Don't need him?
Let's get along.
We few remaining Mono Cubs must get along.
We are all friends.
No matter what, we must always get along. Not even Father can stop us from getting along.
I will not forgive that.
Not if he knows what is good for him.
Huh?
Wonderful.
This academy belongs to us. The age of the Mono Cubs begins now. Ha, 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 ha. What the heck? How dare you take a rebellious tone with me, young man?
That's
And
nice.
yet this angsty attitude of yours is just so cute.
They're so
It's so cute how your little crew was shrunk one by one member. Yep, shrunk. You're not getting any larger, you know?
they're so
It's so unbearably cute. All this cuteness makes me feel like I'm about to sneeze. You got a problem there, Monokuma?
how horrible.
Hey, bitch! Ugly bitch? He blew up? You calling an ugly bitch?
Stop it!
Doesn't matter, now's not the time for that. Kurumi.
I don't like that.
I can't take this anymore. Even Kurumi was killed so brutally. I don't want to do this anymore. Am I gonna end up like that too?
I'll protect you.
How did that happen, Himiko? I'll protect you no matter what. I'll protect you no matter what. But I don't want to do this anymore either. Please, let's just stop this killing game. I don't care if we stay trapped here forever.
Come on, come on!
Oh, isn't that what Atua said?
Cause Atua says so.
All desire, even your desire to escape this place, can corrupt you beyond redemption. It's Monokuma who is corrupt. He is the one who distributed the motive videos.
I see, yes.
Those videos are more dangerous than we thought. To have driven Kurumi that far.
That's true.
What worries me is as long as we're trapped here, we don't know what's true or false.
Okay.
That must be why Kurumi did not want to show the videos. She thought that if everyone felt the same murderous rage that she did, this killing game would be pure chaos. She wanted to stop it.
Hey.
That's because we really shouldn't show our videos to each other.
Of course.
That was our consensus from the beginning, not including you, of course.
However,
I had assumed Kokichi would try to show us our videos to get under our skin. But that did not come to pass. What I wonder were his intentions. I never do anything like that. I'm still thinking about what Kurumi said. What Kurumi said? Everything you just saw is true, though I only remembered it upon watching that video. Oh, the videos could be the key to getting our memories back further. What she said earlier. Correct.
Huh?
Oh, what about it? She said she remembered, and it didn't sound like a lie either.
I see.
Maybe that video had the properties of a flashback light, if it made her remember.
What?
Huh? The properties of a flashback light?
Okay.
Still, how could Kurumi remember something she never should have forgotten? Serving the entire nation seems too important for her to just forget. Yeah, that's true. Does that mean we have motives to kill that we'll remember while watching our videos? If that's the case, maybe it's for the best that we don't watch the videos. But the truth, we can't protect ourselves from the truth. We have to look it in the eye. As long as we don't see the videos, we won't know our motives.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm convinced it's probably for the best. Those motive videos would mess us up. It's better if we just believe in each other.
Yeah.
That's right, it's best that we not remember our motives for everyone's sake. I would like some more memories back, though. At least me. Like, I'm not gonna kill anyone based on what I see in a video. Like, come on. I'm not that weak-willed. And I, as the ultimate detective, I need to have information so I can piece this whole situation together. So at least let me see my video, yeah? Hearing you speak of everyone's sake is the least believable lie I've ever heard.
That's so mean.
How rude, I'm always doing stuff for everyone's sake.
It's a lie.
I'm sure you won't believe me when I say stuff like that, so I'll just keep lying. But maybe seeing Karumi's final moments has made me change my views.
Because?
She tried to escape until the very end. Her only way to live might not be a bad idea. Didn't really work out, though.
You're right.
Maybe facing the truth isn't enough.
That's right.
Yeah, true. It's okay to run sometimes. You just gotta win in the end. That's all you gotta do. And with that, the second class trial ended for us. A Pyrrhic victory. We'd still lost a friend. What is the end Kaito spoke of? And how do we reach it? I don't know. I still don't know. When we returned from the courtroom, the area was already blanketed in darkness.
For now,
we should rest. To me, that seems the most rational course of action.
You're right.
Yeah, my brain's out of juice from going full throttle all day.
Why, you...
I even have a brain to use.
I won't forgive you!
Anyway, this killing game is over. I won't allow it to go on.
It'll be okay.
It'll be fine as long as we listen to Atua. We'll all be just fine.
What's wrong?
What's wrong, Gonta? Why are you staring up at the sky? It's just, even when all this bad stuff happens, stars are always so pretty. Gonta. Like, I know we're trying to, like, raise the mood, but, like, stars, celestial balls of plasma, light years away from us, they can't help us, they can't save us, they don't even know we exist. We're down here, trapped on this godforsaken planet. Out of the view of anything, anyone that could help us. You're just looking up at the stars, looking up at all the universe we can't reach right now. Looking up at what could be if we're trapped here. That's a motive in and of itself. But stars here are different. Not the same ones Gonta used to. Okay, so we're in the southern hemisphere. Alright, good to know. Different? Did you mean the position of the stars? Yeah, Gonta looking, but no confined star he remembers. Okay, I guess that just, again, means we're on in the southern hemisphere, basically. Because, yeah, Japan is in the northern hemisphere.
Why?
But why? Were we taken somewhere far away? Far away?
Hey, so...
Let's all head back already. I'm wiped out. Why is Gonta the one noticing that? Shouldn't Kaito have noticed that first? He's an astronaut. And I guess maybe just never looked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hold on, I have to tell you guys something. I should at least ask Kaito, like, hey, Gonta says these aren't the stars. That probably means the southern hemisphere stars, but could you take a look just to tell us?
Huh?
What now? Like I said, I'm wiped out. No, it won't take that long, so just listen to what I have to say.
What is it?
Well then, what is this that you have to say? Everyone seems to be treating me like some kind of compulsive liar.
You get it?
Well, that's ridiculous. There's a way worse liar than me in our group.
Huh?
A liar worse than you. Okay. I am talking about Maki. And her testimony regarding Ryoma was key to solving the gaze.
Huh?
What?
What?
What do you mean Maki's a liar? Maki admitted during the class trial, remember? Ryoma wanted her to show him his motive video because he was looking for a reason to live.
Well, you know.
But that wasn't the whole story. Ryoma was blackmailing you, wasn't he, Maki?
Huh?
Blackmail? Ryoma just so happened to discover Maki's true identity. Which is why she's so secretive about her room. So use that to blackmail her. I bet he said something like, oh, if you don't show me my motive video, I'll tell everyone what you really are. Well, that's why Maki didn't want us to know she met with Ryoma.
Which means...
She wanted to keep her true identity a secret. That's why she kept quiet until the last minute.
Hold on!
Why you? What shit are you making up now? Maki's true identity? What? I've known Maki's true identity the whole time. Ooh. Scary Maki. For a moment there, I thought Maki had disappeared. She moved so fast. You know what? I'm in support of this.
You know, this is an interesting turn of events.
Alright, Maki, if he's lying, you can prove him wrong by just showing us your room.
But would you really kill me in front of everyone?
Hey, Maki, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, you can probably snap my neck like a twig right now. But that's not your style. You would rather kill from the shadows.
Oh, what is she? Ultimate Assassin?
Right, Miss Ultimate Assassin?
Ooh. Okay. Is this true? Oh, I guess we'll find out next time. Alright, so thin line divides heaven and hell. Indeed. To be continued. Gloves. And yeah, Ultimate Assassin, it does fit her personality more so. Two of your favorites died this chapter. Yeah, it's rough. I was getting to know Kurumi too. Oh well. Gotta get to know my other people that I'm working on before they die too. Who are you? So what? We currently have relationship points with Angie mainly, so we might try to finish her up in this next stream. And then we dabbled in Mew and Kaito. Although I really do, and especially with the Ultimate Assassin, no wonder you couldn't do any free time events with Maki this chapter, because they'd be so incoherent if, right, you can't square that circle of an event under the pretense you're the ultimate child caregiver versus under the pretense of like, oh, actually no, you're just the ultimate assassin. Okay, that makes sense from a gameplay limitations perspective. But no, I definitely kind of want to go talk to Maki a bit, hang out with her a bit too, so maybe we'll focus Angie and Maki next time, we'll see. Anyway, we got gloves. We're gonna save. It'll be in like 6.5 hours. Man, remember back in Danganronpa 1 when like the streams were like reliably always 4 hours long? I mean, I like the game, but I kind of base my stream life around the idea that the streams are going to be roughly 4 hours long, and that was not the case here. But it's fine. It's fine.